What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are back with SRL. This is the penultimate race of the season, the Brazilian Grand Prix. Before we get stuck into things, just want to clear up what happened in the last episode. There was a lot of people who kind of misunderstood what I was saying, and I also just didn't word it correctly. I came across as quite egotistical. A lot of people thought that I believe that people should get out of my way because I'm a YouTuber. That is definitely not the case. What I was trying to say was that if you're racing someone who is much faster than what you are, it is detrimental to your own race to put up a huge fight and hold yourself up and also hold up the other person. That's all I was trying to say in that. I just didn't really put that across properly. But here we are for Brazil. As you can see, oh dear. I don't know what that was. I really do not know what that was. I came out of the pits and I just took it normally. I just took it how I normally took it. Got some understeer, went straight into the wall, and before I could even react and get going, I was disqualified. So that was my session. So it's going to be last place. Hopefully that cleared up what transpired in the last episode. And a lot of my frustrations in that commentary came from not only those previous two races, but also some incidents that will happen in this race as well. So I just thought I'd kind of clarify that. You'll see that later. But anyway, one stop is on the cards. We're going to be looking at doing the softs to the mediums, but you can see the delta isn't really that favorable to us versus the two-stop. So it may in fact work out that the two-stop is faster. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. We'll be starting on... What are we going to do here? What are we actually doing? I'm just looking at and playing around with the delta just to see like which strategy is indeed faster. I may in fact go softs to super softs. We'll have to wait and see. Is that what I'm doing? No, okay, I've reverted to the two-stop now because I've seen that it's faster. We'll start on the supers, maybe see how far we can take these. And I think my actual plan for the race was stretching the supers really far, like 15 laps, and then going on the softs to the end of the race. So we'll see how this goes. We've got a lot of traffic to deal with. Hopefully a few people will be starting on the harder compounded tyre in front of us. And we can make full use of that being on the faster compound as well, getting an undercut and getting away from those guys so that we can get towards the front and challenge Warden, New Zealand Ryan, and DRC Jared, Ginger Horizon, those kind of guys. So we'll see how we go. Brazil, it's a track I love racing here. My pace is usually pretty good, so let's show off what we can do. 5 red lights and away we go. Initially we've just jumped Exodona off the line. We're going to take this really cautiously into turn 1. Nothing really to gain here, a lot to lose being this far back. So nice and cautious, no touching other cars, no front wing loss, no damage, which is great to see. I didn't care about being last out of the first corner. We'll start our racing, essentially after the first lap has completed. Up the inside of It's That Matt into turn 4, and that's us up in a P12. Next up is Mitchie on the super soft tyres in the McLaren as well, so follow him through, see what we can do. He runs a little bit wide there into the fast right-hander. Doesn't give himself the best exit, and we go up his inside too. That is P11. And yeah, just capitalizing on other people's mistakes. In previous weeks, I've been very aggressive in the way that I go about overtaking people. I've realized that in my driving style. I've just got to calm down a little bit, just chill out, just play it more relaxed, and pick our moments better. Because that's something I have just not been doing these last few weeks, and it's gotten me into a bit of trouble. We got the inside of Conrad Straight, that's P10 now, so yeah, you can see we're playing it patiently, we're thinking about our moves, and we're doing it in a way that doesn't risk our car. So yeah, I don't know why I wasn't doing this earlier, but nice start. Next up is Roscoe Arm. He runs in very deep into the first corner. I think he touched Zombie Hunter there. I don't believe he has damage, but he's going to go up the inside nonetheless into turn 4. Zombie gets a poor exit. Might squeeze up the inside. No, not quite. It's very hard to overtake someone when they're right up the rear wing of another car, because if you try and go for that lunge, there's that risk that you'll run into the next car in the braking zone. That wasn't the case. We got up the inside of him into P9. Next up is Roscoe. He goes defensive into turn 4. I don't really feel like he needed to do that because, well, I wasn't going to overtake him. Turn 4 isn't really an overtaking spot unless you're alongside. And again, had a little bear up the inside. Got a bit of a squeeze, but that's fine. And we'll try and set up the move if we can. Roscoe gets a really terrible exit there out of the hairpin. That's P8 for us now, and we can get on with setting some fast laps now that we've got some clear air. The final corner for me right there has felt a little bit awkward on F1 2017. I don't quite know whether to take it in third gear, which induces a bit of wheel spin and just makes the car not as flowing through that corner, or to go in fourth gear, flow the car better, but it doesn't seem to get that same punch, that same drive out of the final corner. The car bogs down a little bit, so it's just really awkward for me, and I really need to work that out before I tackle AOR Brazil tomorrow night. So hopefully, I'm going to do some practice right after this commentary is done, so hopefully I can figure out the right balance. We go around the outside of Owens there, who's been improving his form as of late. He's got some really good results in the last few races, so that's really good to see. We get around the outside of him. Next up is Neon Trudeau. He's no slouch either when it comes to overtaking, so we'll need to play this very carefully. Rich Rebs, DRS, we might be able to get him up the inside heading into turn 1. I hope he goes defensive, because if he does, we'll go around the outside and make use of the super soft tyres, which is exactly what I wanted him to do. Around the outside. I think Neon locked up a little bit, might have touched me there, but that's fine. It's P5. And next up, we've got a lot of the quick guys. We've now got Ginger Horizon, we've got Jared, and yeah, both of the Force India boys. I said Renaults last episode. I'm sorry. Sometimes when I commentate, half the time I don't even think about what I'm doing. You'd think someone who's been doing this for so long, I'd be better at commentating, but I'm really not. There's some just core things that you just miss sometimes when you're commentating. You can't use all of your brain like you normally would when you're watching a video, if that makes sense. But we're into the pits now. We stretched these tyres 13 laps. Our tyres really started to die off after we overtook, I think it was Neon. And I was making slow inroads on, I think, Ginger Horizon. We got to within a couple of seconds, decided to dive into the pits. I feel like if I took those tyres any longer, I was going to start losing time versus those harder compound runners. And I think it might be a bit of a stretch, but I feel like we might be able to stretch these soft compound tyres to the end of the race now. Whereas everyone else who started on the softs in front of me, they're now on the mediums. And we're going to be significantly faster than them, but we may drop off towards the end of the Grand Prix. Here comes Ginger Horizon out of the pits on the medium tyres, so we're going to be quite a bit faster than him here. We'll see if we can make a move, stick into turn 4. Not quite able to do that. Ginger parks the bus and gives us a bit of a squeeze there on the exit for our troubles. But he maintains P5 for now. We're going to put him under quite a bit of pressure while his tyres are cold. And we'll see if we can get this move done. Again, we're going to do what we did to Neon, make him go to the inside, then we go to the outside, and we'll try and overtake him. He puts the squeeze on and leaves us not much room to do anything through turn 1 there. Sorry about the pause. I'm just refreshing my memory. This has actually been a little while since I've edited this. But again, we're going around the outside through turn 4. If we go really late and hug it around the outside, no, it gives us a bit of a squeeze and we can't turn in as early as what we would have liked there. But Ginger holds on. He's really defending quite hard here. I guess he has to, because I'm on the soft compound tyres, and he probably feels like he might be able to come back at me towards the end of the race. That might be true, but at the moment we are very much faster than him, but we're getting held up quite a bit here. Again, nice exit through the S's. We're going to slingshot here and go to the inside now for turn 4. Open the DRS. And that's our front wing damaged. So after all that battling, we put up with his defending and all that stuff for a number of laps. We finally get alongside and overtake him. And we've lost the crucial elements of our front wing, and I just had to pit, dive into the pits, change the front wing, get a new set of tyres on, and that's just ruined our race. So that's where the frustration from the last episode came in. I'm not changing my front wing. Brilliant.
Kids, won't you step outside for a second?
unbelievable what has happened in these last few weeks of league racing. Honestly, well, I need to do better. I need to realize that I need to set the change front wing option to yes. But, you know, in the heat of the moment, the last thing I am thinking of is to change that thing from auto to yes. You know, if you have front wing damage at almost every scenario, it is always better to change the front wing. You would think if the default would be yes, you should change it to no if you don't want to have it changed. That's my opinion, and I feel like that should be how it should be for F1 2018 and beyond. The only time you wouldn't need to change your front wing is if, like, I don't know, you're at Monza and there's like, I don't know, 10 laps to go. I mean, in all honesty, you lose so much time by even having the smallest elements of front wing off your car. The smallest damage that you can have is green, and even then you lose the best part of 5/10. And, you know, more than 4 or 5 laps, and that warrants a front wing change. So, yeah. What is there to say? I think I just need to hit the reset button when it comes to league racing from now on. We're having a really nice battle with Jared, by the way, going up his inside through the fast right-handers, side by side into the next corner. Jared is holding it in there. We leave him a bit of space. Gives us a bit of a rub through the middle sector, and we're going to have to try and hold it up the inside now as we get to this next right-hand hairpin. And Jared gets the better of us there. So, nice little battle there. We'll need to be aware of that we could have actually overtaken him if we would have squeezed him out a little bit more through that middle sector. So if we have that opportunity again, we will certainly execute that. Up the inside again into this double right-hander. It is so critical to have the inside for that corner. We go to this part here. This is where we should have squeezed him out a bit better on the last lap. We had better track position this time, and we used up the exit a bit more, got the position, and that's P9. So, yeah, there we go. Let's hopefully catch up to Mitchie. He's a few seconds up the road, the best part of 7-8 seconds. But with the pace we have, fresher tyres, we might be able to do that. We have to save a bit of fuel, though, which is something we'll have to watch out for. 4 seconds is the gap to Mitchie now. That's a terrible exit off of the final corner, and that's really going to put us under pressure with Jared again, so we can't afford to make silly little mistakes like that when we've got the quality of Jared behind us. So we'll have to possibly go defensive. We'll leave the door open heading into turn 1 and hope that that's enough to keep the position. He was a little bit back there, so yeah, we held on. Rich revs. We do need to start saving fuel at some point, so again, we need to just get a little bit comfortable, build a little bit of a gap to Jared, and then we can start saving in the middle sector. But yeah, so much of your lap time is gained by running with rich revs, and I think I was too busy concerned with the strategy to even play with the fuel at the start of the Grand Prix, so we're down quite a bit here. Again, another terrible exit off the final corner. That one was just even worse than the last one, just a bit clumsy. I think I got my right rear tyre up onto the grass, so not a great exit. Jared goes around the outside. There's a bit of wheel tapping there as we head into turn 1. The inside is probably the place to be if we can hold it around the outside, get a nice exit. We didn't get much space there, so I decided to take my car off the track, and we got an illegal overtaking warning. So we're going to have to give the place back to Jared here. We'll brake early for turn 1, park it on the apex. I thought he was going to go around the outside there, and we came dangerously close to actually getting a penalty there, which was very, very clumsy. I wanted to lose as little time to Jared as possible, but he didn't want to go in front of me there, which was weird. But going back to what I was saying earlier, I just need to pretty much have a reset when it comes to, you know, these league races. Take it a little bit more easy, a bit more chill. I don't know what I could have done more with that Jared scenario. I was trying to, not Jared, with that Ginger Horizon scenario. I was trying to be as patient as I possibly could. I think his car was moving around a little bit as well, which definitely didn't help things either. But, yeah, I just need to be faster. I need to, you know, not make these mistakes, be more consistent week to week, and just qualify at the front end. A lot of these issues just won't happen. But again, we're battling with Jared side by side. His rear tyres are starting to go off quite a bit, so we'll try and make use of that. Up the inside into the hairpin. A bit of a squeeze got on there. I squeezed him up onto the curb, so I decided to giving the place back. It was a bit unsporting from me there, so we'll resume the battle. We're not under any pressure from people behind, so we can have a nice battle at the end of the race here. Still six laps to go. I've been saving a bit of fuel. We've halved the deficit of fuel, but we still need to do quite a bit more saving, and I believe Jared is quite low on fuel as well, so this will be quite interesting to see who finishes in front in this Grand Prix. But again, he's in the slipstream. I think he's got GRS. We're only leaving it in standard revs now, because I can't really afford to run rich anymore, otherwise I may not make it to the end of the Grand Prix. So when we get to the middle sector now, it is absolutely fuel saving central on the straights. Unless we are critically under threat from losing our position, we're just going to stay in standard. But we saved quite a bit of fuel. We got it to like 0.15. Then on this lap, for some reason, I decided to go in rich to see if I could break the DRS. Because it looks like Jared might be under serious threat of not making it to the end. His pace has really dropped off in the last couple of laps, so I'm making full use of that. We're now green in terms of fuel, so we should be able to make it to the end now and secure 9th place in this Grand Prix. So that was the race. Pretty frustrating in the end because we had the pace to be at the front. Just that weird moment in the pit lane is what ruined our entire weekend, being at the back of the grid. So there you go, 54 seconds away from the lead. We got no penalties that race, whereas quite a few other people did. We managed to overtake our teammate Mitchie, who had 9 seconds worth of penalties. So I mean, even if we were in the mix with Ryan and Warden, we could have won based on no penalties at all. But coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's been kind of like the theme these last couple of weeks in these league racing videos. But hopefully that turns around very soon. AOR Brazil, very much looking forward to that race tomorrow, and hopefully we can get the W at that track. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content, and until the next one, I'll see you next time.